My eyebrows are on fleek. Okay, let's grab this link. We are live. We are live. I just need to grab the link to our YouTube live as soon as YouTube releases it to me. Come on, be good to me, YouTube. And they are being good to me. You brought the link right on up. I appreciate that. I don't need nothing else hard this week. I promise. All right, we're putting a link into the group so that our community can join us in a live YouTube chat um, with convenience. All right, that is there. So, speaking of groups, if you are a solopreneur or entrepreneur who is struggling to get to their first six figures in business, you need to be a part of our group. Go to shaycannon.info/group to join. It is free. However, we give multitude of value in that group. We have three pillars of value. Number one, we actually create community and come together. Number two, we collaborate. We make each other's businesses better and make money together. And number three, we have transformational conversations for your business growth. So again, it is free. No reason why you shouldn't be in there. shaycannon.info/group. All right. Well, let's get started. Good morning. Welcome to Unlock Your First Six Figures Morning Show. I am your host, Shay Cannon. It all starts with the blog. And so this week's blog is at shaycannon.com/real. We getting real this week, y'all. Might step on some toes, might make you feel some kind of way, but we're going to talk about the biggest secret to real business success, okay? Because I keep telling y'all I'm a vessel, right? And things just kept happening this weekend to point to this being the discussion for this week. Like I wrote it down and I still tried to go find something else money related and I kept bringing it back to this. And let me tell you, the last straw was that yesterday morning, after I took my beach walk and came home and settled in, I got a call that my matriarch, my nana, my inspiration for entrepreneurship passed away the night before. And my initial thought was, oh yeah, we're going to have this conversation this week, right? Because she was my inspiration. And what I understand is this conversation is going to go a little deeper. It seems topical on the blog, but our conversation on the morning show is going to go deeper because on the morning show, I give you more, right? So, what you do not get done in your business matters, okay? It's probably the reason why you stuck at the level of success that you are. I know that stepped on some toes. It probably needs to, okay? Many entrepreneurs are job-preneurs. That means you have a full-time job while working your business, right? And solopreneurs, that means you may work in your business full-time, but you definitely work in your business alone. You do not have a team, right? So both can be hard. But what if I told you that some obstacles may be hard, some may be unfair, but it still takes what it takes to be successful in business, no matter your obstacles. Okay. So your business is still the byproduct of how you show up in it. This is why you what you routinely do in and for your business is the biggest secret to your business success. Okay. So we're talking about routine again. Now, once before we talked about, daily and weekly and monthly and annual routines. That ain't what we talking about this week. Okay. We're talking about the routines that go beyond just those execution things. Okay. What we're going to talk about first is the routine of the mind. Okay. The routine of the mind. How we think really is an untapped power for most of us. Okay. Your mind is the command center of your life and business. The thoughts you cultivate, the beliefs you hold, and the mindset you maintain directly influence your decisions and actions, and your lack of decisions and your lack of actions. Okay? A strong, focused mind is essential for navigating the challenges of entrepreneurship. By establishing a routine that nurtures creativity, thinking, clarity, and resilience, you equip yourself to face obstacles head on. Daily practices such as goal setting, prioritization, and the influence of those ahead of us in the journey can transform your mental routine, setting the stage for success. So remember, the way you train your mind will shape the way you run your business. Okay. Now, this week, we're going to do something a little different. I'm going to ask the question of everybody first, and then I'm going to come back and reinforce you with more from the show notes. Okay. Now, I know I just shared something and kept going through it. I need you to know something. How I process stuff is internally. So the boundary I'm going to set is I don't want to discuss the passing of my grandmother. I want to stay focused. I know y'all love me. I love y'all. Everything is heartfelt, but we here on a mission. Okay. So the question is, what do you need to be routine for your mind? What do you need to be routine for your mind? Dr. LaFera, let's start with you.
What I need is to just start doing a better job at tracking and like just have a consistent place to do it. So like I've been saying it, and as more and more people ask me for help, I need to do it. It's like just like figure out if I want to do digital or like paper and just do it. Like so that's pretty much it. Because I've been thinking about that this morning before you even said that.
Definitely. I like that. Let's go to Dr. Toya. Dr. Toya, what is a routine that needs to be there for your mind?
Visualization for me. So I start my morning kind of seeing my day,
Yes.
all of its iterations, and that for me really sets me up to overcome all of the potential obstacles and all of that stuff. So that's a routine for me that is consistent and necessary.
Thank you. That was confirmation for me. That I need to definitely put more weight on that. Thank you so much. All right, Dewana, what do you need for your routine for your mind?
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
I think I need to create a more structured daily routine. Like I get up in the morning, I know the morning show is my first thing. I know my exercise is my first thing. And then I actually get to, physical work, but I need to get to a point where I've actually created a structure for what I'm going to work on in my business, or how do you say it? How do you say
On
it?
your business, not in your business, not just
Yes.
yes.
That's what I need to create.
Yes. Now let's be specific, Dewana, because you named some things, but I didn't hear mind in there. So what is going to be a routine for your mind specifically?
I think, well, then it's the structure. If that makes any sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. So
Okay.
discipline. I got
Discipline.
you.
Yes. Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, cool beans. Shawana, Kennedy Media, what is a routine you need for your mind?
Actually, it's a combination of what has been said thus far, because I am definitely both hands up and down, a visual learner. So even with the physical piece, it is really getting the physical, because that, of course, releases things in the mind to keep me sharp and give me more clarity and focus for the work that I get to do. So it is a combination of all of that. So yeah, that physical piece is huge. That helps to, give my mind focus and clarity.
Cool beans. Okay. Debbie, what is a routine you need for your mind?
Ooh, I like everything that was already said. So I'm good about thinking weeks and months in advance. So yeah, just I guess breaking it down into smaller chunks. I do think very big picture, and so it's about breaking it down into the pieces to get to where the big picture, to complete the big picture.
Gotcha, because I was about to get you. I was going to say, nobody asked you what you was good at. We asked you what you need. Okay, thank you for bringing it home for us. Okay. Dr. Tachi, what is something that you need as a routine for your mind?
Well, also a combination of some of the things that have already been said in terms of meditation, the working out, the morning show, definitely, and music.
Ooh, music. Y'all don't even understand. I got something going right now for the heart chakra. So yes, music is awesome. Sound, period. Sound therapy. I love that. All right. Kimberly is at the Dream Funder, I think. So Kimberly, you can just put yours in the studio comments and we will read that out for everybody. Teray is driving. So Teray, if you can safely unmute. Oh, you are unmuted. Go ahead and tell us, Teray.
I am I'm actually happy for this topic right now, and I'm going to be a little transparent. My mother is dying, and I've been dealing with this for several months. She's in a memory care facility, and just this weekend, my brother is still here, but my siblings were all here over the weekend, and 3 of my mother's sisters were here over the weekend to visit her because we don't think that she will make it to her next birthday in February. And it's really hard on our family. My mother's sisters, my aunts were a mess this weekend. And she lives here in Georgia near me. So they all traveled in town this weekend. And I'm the one that sees her every week to make sure that they're doing their job in the memory care facility. And it's not easy for me just because I see her every week. So I've been dealing with that, plus my own health issues. I've been in the emergency room twice in the last 2 weeks. So I have to make sure my mind is right to be able to focus. So even coming on the morning show every morning and making sure I stay focused, in order to make sure my mind is right, I listen to positive audio books, positive YouTube video, positive. I have to have words, positive iteration, what I mean, constantly, especially in the morning to set my day. Prayer, meditation, those kinds of things. Because if I don't, it can mess me up. You know what I mean? Because I'm still a wife, I'm still a mother. I still have to make sure her son gets his needs and, gets to where he needs to be. So that's what I need for my mind.
Gotcha. Thank you for that. And thank you for sharing. Kimberly said, if we're talking about mindset routine, it's definitely meditation, prayer, and exercise. Thank you for that, Kimberly. Dania said, I need to schedule all my tasks. I have a calendar for the projects, but I don't have them scheduled, so I'm aware before I get to my office because I stress myself out. Yes, ma'am. That sounds stressful. So Shantali is over here with Dania. And so Shantali, please let me know what you need routine for your mind. I don't see Keith yet, but he may be listening. So Keith, if you're listening, let us know what you need as a routine for your mind. All right. So y'all know on the morning show, I give you more. So if you want the great ideas for specific routines, that daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, annual, go to shaycannon.com/routine. And y'all can go back through those. But again, we're talking about more than that this week. So for the routine of the mind, I have a few strategies for you. Throw that in the chat. Okay, cool beans. So again, we talked about like goals and things like that. So SMART goals as a framework, SMART, it's an anagram. I think it's the correct word for it. But anyway, each letter stands for something. So it is a framework. And so what it is your goal needs to be specific. It needs to be measurable. It needs to be achievable. It needs to be relevant. And it needs to be time bound. You need to have a deadline for it, right? To keep your objectives clear and attainable. So SMART goals, don't forget those. It seems so simple, but sometimes what we do is we dream big and we just leave the dream there, but it doesn't become a goal until you start breaking that thing down, right? When you start trying to achieve it, that's when it's a goal. If you're just looking at it or you just say it, that's just a dream. Right? So now to break that goal down into something that's achievable, we use SMART goals framework. All right. Daily, weekly planning tools. All right. I asked y'all in the pre-show, did anybody use Notion or Evernote or OneNote? Y'all was quiet. Nobody came off the mic. So you might need something to help you to gather your thoughts, right? So you can use planners, journals, or apps, things like Todoist, Notion, even project management boards like Asana or Trello or Monday, to map out your tasks, to map out your thoughts, and ensure the actions are aligned with the goals. Okay. You can even put your SMART goal framework in there. All right. Dr. LaFera says, I use Note, but I'm trying to move over to Notion. Cool beans, cool beans. Eisenhower matrix. Now, we've talked about prioritization before. I've shared with you how I prioritize tasks. Eisenhower matrix is one popular theory on how to prioritize your stuff. And all it is categorizing tasks based on urgency and importance. All right. So you're going to use a quadrant. Is it urgent and important? Is it urgent but not important? Is it not urgent but important? And is it not urgent or important? Okay. And based on those quadrants where you put the task, you should be able to easily now rank how high of a priority that task is. All right. Time blocking, productivity technique where you allot specific time slots for different tasks and goals, reducing distractions and increasing focus. See, that's how the mind comes in with that time blocking. All right. Mind mapping. I love to mind map. I love to just write something at the top of a page and then under that, just write everything I think about it, right? That's one of the things I do for the blogs. I write the subject matter that comes to me, and then I write all the things under it, and I kind of see what the categories are, right? That's why I'm always able to give y'all 4 categories, because I take my whole mind map and I put it in collections of 4, right? So mind mapping, a creative tool to visually organize information, brainstorm ideas, and plan out steps toward achieving your goals. There's even tech out there that helps you to mind map. Now, I'm not going to recommend any because it's a little crazy out there. But I do love Board Mix. Board Mix, BOARDMIX. I don't know if that's .com, .ai. I don't remember. But it's the only one I've seen where it allows me to spiral out and then even spiral out more, but close it so that my paper is not so messy or my screen is not so messy. And y'all know I get OCD sometimes with information. And I tend to flood information into stuff, but I don't want to see it all at one time because it's overwhelming. So I love Board Mix. But there are other mind mapping tech out there. Visualization technique. Shout out to Dr. Toya. She already said visualization, right? So incorporate daily visualization practices to mentally rehearse your goals, which can enhance motivation and clarity. One of the things I do before I even visualize is the night before, I already knew what task, I already left my task list for the day, right? So when I get up, the first thing I do is based on those tasks that I remember, I set my intention, right? And then based on those intentions is how I am going to visualize. I'm going to visualize my intention coming true to the best and highest good, right? So all of that. So shout out to Dr. Toya for bringing that up as confirmation, all right? Another thing you can use are mastermind groups. Engage in peer-to-peer mentoring groups where you can gain insights, accountability, and guidance from fellow entrepreneurs who are further along in their journey. Now, this morning show, our group, our community is a great place to start. But if you start to see that everybody is kind of on the same level with you, you need a different group because you need a group of people who are ahead of you. Okay. And most of the time, those ahead of you, that's probably a group you have to pay into. Okay. Keep that in mind. Mentorship or coaching. Seek out a mentor or coach who has already achieved what you aspire to, providing you with actionable advice and a model for success. That's why I am here. That's why I choose everybody that is going for their first 6 figures. I have an outside third-party award that I have reached 6 figures. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just something that I say. As an award-winning fractional chief operating officer, I work with businesses that are 6 figures and 7 figures. So I know how to manage one. You guys need whatever is your goal, go find somebody that has achieved that goal. Okay. Daily reflection. Incorporate a habit of reflecting on your day, assessing what worked well and what didn't, to continuously improve your mindset and your strategies. Let me tell you, when Oprah first started becoming woo-woo, she started talking about gratitude journals first, right? And she talked about how, I think it was at the end of the day, she listed 5 things or 6 things that she was grateful for in that day. I love that. as a practice, okay? That gratitude puts you in the right energy to achieve a lot of things. So don't downplay it, okay? So daily reflection. We want to know what went well, what did not go well. So that maybe the things that did not go well, we can apply different strategies to get a different result, all right? Last but not least, reading and continuous learning. Regular reading books, articles, or listen to podcasts that inspire and educate, particularly from thought leaders and successful entrepreneurs in your field. I am constantly learning. I am a forever student, right? I have time on my calendar to learn every Sunday. But if there's something that is going on in my business where I need to immerse myself in something, I have a time slot daily to attack that thing so that I am in the know. Okay, so these are your 10. Kimberly said Tracy's journal is great for that. I don't know what you're saying. To Audible all day at work. Oh, you listen to Audible all day at work. Yes, ma'am. That can definitely, if you at the Dream Funder, that can help you look at it as a dream funder and not just a job that gets on your nerves. So yes, that is the power, baby. Okay, so I gave you 10 strategies, SMART goals, daily and weekly planning tools, the Eisenhower matrix, time blocking, mind mapping, visualization techniques, mastermind groups, mentoring or coaching, daily reflection, and continuous learning. So does anybody want to come off the mic and tell me which one of these they know they need to incorporate? Let's see. Chantilly said, I need to take more breaks, start working out more, go to sleep and drink more water. Very basic, but very necessary. Cool beans. Dewana.
I think the masterminding and the mind mapping would work well for me. I think I need to be in a group of, I need some accountability partners and some people to just bounce stuff off of. And I need coaching as well.
Definitely, definitely. Gotcha. Anybody else want to come off the mic and talk about one of the 10 strategies shared today for your mind?
I mean, even all coaches need a coach. It's like, I need to know who's training you so that I know that you can train me. Because it's like who trains the trainer, and to know some of the people, even when I think about you, to know some of the people that you have had the opportunity to be a part of some of their programs, that leans to your credibility to me when we know some of those people, and it just, all of it works. It works for me. I need to know who's teaching that person, because if you don't know who's teaching them, then you ain't no telling what you may get, of course. So that's important. And then to be right, like even like this though, we have to give a credit again. And I know I heard a number of the ladies say it, giving credit to just being able to click in Monday through Thursday. This is, to me, like they said, it's really one of the things that help you. Like, okay, we got to go to work. We got to go to work. We working. And so I don't want to pass all of this by without highlighting that one more time, the fact that we do get to iron sharpens iron and get in to come in and do sharpen those scissors before, or look, turn the spoon, as people say now, we cooking, right? You help us to turn on the eye on the stove. You know, I like gas cooking. You turn on the eye on the stove and help us start cooking for the week. So I appreciate that.
I love that. Thank you so much. And I will tell you, I always tell y'all should, especially for business or anything you have a goal, in any area you have a goal, you should have 3 groups of people that you surround yourself with. One is mentees, right? One is laterals, people. So mentees are people that you're helping to get to your level, right? Lateral are people who are on your level, whether they're in your same industry or not. They're just on your level with what you're doing, right? And last but not least, are mentors or coaches, right? I just actually identified who my next set of coaches are. So let me share that with you. Brian Tracy, Myron Golden, still Lamar, but the collaborative level, not the mastermind level. There's a guy, he is from Africa. His name is Vusi, Vusi. Thembekwayo, I think is his last name. It's Thembekwayo. Okay. He does more than just entrepreneurship coaching. He does venture capitalist stuff, just like Arlen Hamilton. is another one. She just wrote a book called Your First Million, I think is the name of it. So she's another great one. Because I am coming out of 6 figures and going to 7. So I have different mentors and different groups that I now need to be in where people are already where I'm trying to go, right? So just to share that with you guys. So I know that you guys knew about Lamar as far as being in the mastermind with a bunch of 6-figure people, but I'm about to boost beyond that. So now I need 7-figure people. Lamar does have a group for that. It's called the Collaborative. And then the other people that I've named are the people who I'm looking at to help me to break through to that 7 figures. Dr. LaFera, what did you want to add about the 10 strategies that I gave you? Which one do you feel like will help you the most?
Which one? Well, the one that helped me the most is the gratitude. Gratitude, not so much journaling all the time, but like actually like saying out loud like what I'm grateful for and reflecting over the day. And that's actually what kind of got me out of the hospital. So that one, and I actually do like a few masterminds already. So that's what I was gonna say.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. Teray, you look like you wanted to come off the mic, did you? Or were you about to mute?
No, I was reading the comments.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I think I will share what's been helping me a lot. Actually, I have my Bible on Audible, and I listen to my Bible. I don't know if anybody else can relate, but whenever I just listen, especially to the New Testament, it just helps me. But that's just me. You know what I mean? But I mean, you got to do whatever works. You know what I mean? Like
you do. And we're actually going to talk about it tomorrow. Routine of spirit, right? Because mind is one thing, spirit is another. And I'm even going to define it for you. If you want to jump ahead, go to shaycannon.com/real. You can jump ahead and see what I'm going to talk about all week long. Let me go ahead and recap these strategies. SMART goals framework, daily, weekly planning tools. Eisenhower matrix is for prioritization, time blocking, mind mapping, visualization techniques, mastermind groups, mentorship or coaching, daily reflection, and continuous learning. Anybody else want to come off the mic and talk about which of those strategies will work well for you to have a different routine for your mind?
I'll jump in.
Go ahead, Debbie.
So the Eisenhower method, I think, would be good in helping me just look at the big picture and break it down and figure out what to do first and prioritize, especially for my team. I can see it, but they can't see it. So for my team, it'll be good.
Love it. Love it. All right, Dr. Tachi.
Hiya. I have this. So I'm already in a group with Myron Golden, and it's fantastic. However, what I know I need to do is to dedicate more time to it because I have too many other things to do.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if you're in a group if you have too much else to do.
Exactly.
So that's what I need to work out so that I can fully dedicate myself to that. After all, I paid bloody money for it. So yeah.
Cool beans. I'm gonna get back to that sentiment in a moment, Dr. Tachi, because I'm about to get on some folks about that very thing. All right, Teray, did you want to add something?
Yeah, I wanted to you just said something on the list. My brother just sent me a text. He has a 4:00 flight, and he told me yesterday he was going to visit my mom this morning, but he just sent me a text to ask me to join him because he doesn't want to visit her by himself. So it's hard for us. But anyway, what I was going to say is that the visualization also helps me. I do a vision board like once every 3 years. And my vision board is not just like 20 pictures on the thing. Like I sit, and it takes me about like 16 hours to do a vision board. It takes me like a week to do a vision board because I'm looking through like 50 magazines, like little pieces of words and phrases, like, and I fill it with hundreds and hundreds of phrases. And I sit and I take a week, more than a week, 10 days to do a vision board. And whenever I put that vision board up, I like will take some time every day, and I'll just sit for like 15, 20 minutes and I'll read the phrases that I picked out on that vision board, and it boosts me. You know what I mean? Maybe not every morning, but whenever I wake up and I do my gratitude and my meditation and I listen to my sermon for the day or my scriptures on Audible, and then I'll sit and read my vision board, and it has like affirmations and positive phrases, or you know what I mean, things that I want in my life, and it has some pictures but mainly phrases. It's, yeah, visualization is also key.
Love it. Love it. Kimberly added in the studio chat, she said, I have posts all over the house. You is kind, literally, quote unquote, you is kind, right? I have others too, but out of them, that one makes me smile. I love that. I love that. Shawana said, yes, Dr. Tachi, a lot of moving pieces. That's why I have not signed up for any of this training beyond a 5-day challenge. Yes. So let's get into that, right? Because also what happened over the weekend to lend itself to this topic as confirmation was we started our 14-day sprint in the quarterly CEO productivity membership, right? What I understand is most of the problems that the members are having is just what Dr. Tachi said. So what you have to remember is just because you're paying into something, that is not going to get you the transformation that you're looking for. Your payment doesn't get you the transformation, okay? The payment gets you access to the transformation. You actually have to make the time to learn what you need to learn, use the tools that you were given to bring about the transformation, right? So, most of the time when we're paying for a solution in a transformation and we're still having the same obstacles that we had before we start paying, it's because you have not made time to utilize what you're paying for, right? And that is important. Now, especially for the membership, because at the end of the day, most of the stuff that we're going to talk about this week, tools are in the are in the membership, right? So most of the stuff from this list, those tools are in the membership, right? So you have to, again, that's why I started this whole thing off with the words or with the sentence. What you do not get done in your business matters. And it's probably the reason you are stuck at the level of success that you are. Ouch, I know, but I love you. I'm saying it out of love because some of us have access to what we need and we're not using it, but we have the nerve to complain about where we are. You can't have it both ways, right? Paying for something is not the transformation. Paying for something gives you access. Now you have to utilize that access. So as a part of your mind's process, I need y'all to recalibrate your priorities and ask yourself, how important is your business, right? How important is your business? Because again, no matter what obstacles that you have, no matter how hard it is for you, the business still takes what it takes to be successful. You can boo-hoo, we can pray, we can meditate, we're reinforcing our mind and all of that so that we can do what? Still take the actions that it takes to be successful in business. So this week is all about reinforcing you to get ready to take those steps, regardless of what obstacles you got going on, regardless of how hard you think it is in your head, regardless of what excuse you have as to why you have not accessed the tools in front of you or invested in the tools that you need. Okay? Now, again, out of love, I know that, I know y'all toes hurt. I know it hurt, but I love y'all. And what we have to do is understand your business don't care. Okay, you are valid in what you feel. You're valid in how hard it is. You're valid in all the things. But if you want your business success to be valid, you still gonna have to do it. Okay, and you can't always pay your way into it. Sometimes it's still gonna take you doing something. Okay, trust me, I know. I've worked with CEOs that have extensive teams, but they end up being the bottleneck because that business cannot grow beyond their mind, beyond their obstacles, because everybody else is still under them. Okay, so you're gonna have to think about how are you spending your time. There's another thing I always say. People tell you the priorities they think sound good. Oh, my family is my priority. My children are my priority. Oh, my business is a priority. But then when I ask them where they spend their time and where they spend their money the most, it ain't none of that. It's not that at all. So guess what? It reveals what your true priority is. So if your business is a true priority, that should be where you're spending a significant amount of time and a significant amount of investment, because you're not going to get a transformation bigger than the investment that you're willing to put in. So again, you around here using all these free tools and all that stuff, that's only going to take you so far, because the return on free is more free. Okay. You can 10x free and get free. I don't care what you multiply by 0, it's still 0. Okay. So that's why we're having this real conversation this week, right? Because I feel like some of us are disillusioning ourselves. We're giving excuses to ourselves, and I have to break through that so that we can talk about the real. If you want real success, you're going to have to be real with yourself on what it takes to get there. And you're going to have to make real investments, and real investments take what? Time and money. All right. So I'm going to take your questions, or
I'd like to say something.
or if you want to come to the altar and give a testimony.
I do want to give a testimony.
What you want to give, Debbie?
This is such a timely conversation, because this weekend I said to myself, okay, the end of this quarter, I'm done as far as trying to do additional things. What I'm going to concentrate on is that big roadmap that you gave me the beginning of this. When did you give it to me? May, March, whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, that roadmap, I'm going to study it. I'm going to make it a point to go to it every week, which I do not, and just go through it. It's a thick, very detail-oriented roadmap.
Yeah.
And that is the
and that's why I
investment
get
I
on
made.
you, because I can tell by the questions that you have and the things that you say. I'm like, yeah, all of that is in your roadmap.
I
Go back
I said it to myself this weekend. So this is like a sign. I was like, I'm on the right track. So
Most
yeah.
definitely. Cool beans. I love y'all. I swear I do. If y'all knew what it may feel like it hurts, right? But what we know is we don't take the time to have these transparent conversations with people we don't love. Okay. Why do you think that at some point as a parent, you're hard on your child? You're hard on your child because you love your child and you want them to succeed. You want them to do better and have better. Trust me, that's the only reason why I have these conversations, because it's much easier for me to save my time and my energy and have very light conversations, right? But then that's not fair to you, because I'm out here pushing myself. So why would I push you? Right? I know that because I push myself, that's why I've gained the success I have. And that's how I know I'm going to go to the next level. So why would I not give that to you? Right? Most things are, I mean, we can dream all we want, but it takes more than dream. And if you're religious, you already know faith without works is dead. Right? So we got to start thinking different. That's the conversation I had with Kimberly about her job. She was speaking negatively about the job. That's why I now have her thinking, no, your job is your dream funder. Without that job, that business would have to fund itself, and it's not at that level yet, right? Or consistently at that level. So if you have a job and you around here feeling like, I'm tired of this job and I just want to work on my business, but if you had to rely on that business to live the lifestyle that you want, could you do it right now? No. That's why you got a dream funder. Fund the dream. Look at it differently, right? So that's why we're talking about the mind first. You will not succeed above and beyond where your mind is. That's why it's your job to expand your mind. That's why one of the 3 groups of people that you need to be around are people who are already where you want to be. You want to know, how are they thinking all the time, right? I made 6 figures. You know how I think? I push myself. I'm always learning. All of these things I've shared with you, right? That's why I'm giving it to you. It's the secret sauce. It actually is. Teray, you look like you want to add something else. Did you want to add something else, or are you just processing and taking it in?
No, I want to add something. Well, actually, I have a question.
Okay.
You mentioned that there are tools in your monthly membership, and you mentioned last week that you had added some things. Can you remind us of the tools that are in the monthly membership?
I sure will, because like I said, some of this stuff is in there, and before it goes up $50 a month, you might want to get these elements, right? So let's go to it. Share my screen. Make sure I share the right screen, because y'all done traumatized me. All right. So in here, the events that we have, right? Get shit done work sessions. You have 4 of those a month. Your monthly fuck up night. And that's where it's like a happy hour, but a business hot seat. That is the only actual business mentoring coaching training you have in there, right? End of the month 14-day goal sprint. We kick off a session and we have a close session. And what that does is it's all about your goals all month long. But this at the end of the month, that last 14 days is where we're really kicking into overdrive to get this stuff done. We're really giving it streamlined focus. Okay. We have monthly goal setting session. What I've added is a monthly book club. You don't even have to read. How about that? Because what you're going to receive is the book, the summary, and an action plan based on that book. Okay. Set the week Sunday message, Friday finalizer, accountability check-in post, weekly video message motivator. Because I don't want you to just rely on what I'm teaching you. I'm going to give you other ways people are doing productivity, because something else may resonate a little more, right? Or you can add it to what I've taught you to have more. All right. Then you have bonus tools. You have discounts on other offers. This is why, people in the membership don't pay the full price for the workshops. You got the private Slack channel. Y'all aren't utilizing the Slack channel. That's when you can ask me, hey, I haven't found time to do this. Do you have any techniques, tricks, hacks on how I can find the time to do this, right? You have the member portal now. Baby, I love y'all's member portal, or member, it's really a dashboard. You have your CEO lifestyle time management system. You got 2 trainings in there and a bunch of tools. One training is on time management. The other training is on productivity, and both has its own set of tools. You have a quarterly goal digital planner. You have a what the fuck did I do today task log. Why? Because most of the time y'all have a to-do list, and then at the end of the day, you check back at the list. You have done nothing on that list, but you're tired. You know you did something, but guess what? You don't know what the fuck you did today, right? So this new way of logging your task is what that is. You have your executive decision-making quick reference guide, your boundaries boost training and quick reference guide. You have your money-making activities task prioritizer training and quick reference guide, right? So it says some stuff are coming soon. What's coming next month when I raise this price is going to be a productivity KPIs dashboard. And then I'm going to run monthly and quarterly goal challenges, right? Y'all going to get recognitions and prizes like badges, gift cards, coaching sessions, and even VA implementation hours, okay? But guess what? You're going to have to show up first. That's why I'm giving y'all time to get all this in. I'm giving you time to come in at the lower rates so that we can move past this and go beyond it, okay? So did that answer all your questions, Teray?
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to need that link ASAP. I'm going to be joining again today because, I was already in it and then I came out of it. But yeah, I need the accountability.
Gotcha. Because that accountability is about to step up. I'm going to start tagging people by name and they're going to be like, what? Yeah, it's going down. Because again, being a vessel, what came to me is a bunch of people have the tools, they have the trainings, but they don't have the transformation because they haven't made the time to utilize what they have access to. Yep, Kimberly is going down. So it's about to go down, right? And I'm not going to baby you. I'm simply going to ask you what is it that you want out of your business, and then I'm going to ask you, hey, what have you done towards that? Because do you really want it? And it's okay to stop paying and not want it. That's okay. But if you're in here and you say you want it, why don't you have it? It's because you're not doing what you need to do, right? So yeah. I would say don't be scared. Too funny. All right. So I'm going to take more of your questions, but let me go through the announcements. Get the morning show in your inbox. Sign up at shaycannon.com/show. You will get a reminder in the morning to hop on the YouTube live. In the afternoon, early afternoon, you will get a link to the show notes and a link to the replay. Check me out tomorrow night on the Indie Soup Media Network channel on YouTube for the live broadcast of my show, Design Your CEO Life. I will be in that live chat. So it's tomorrow night at 8 p.m. If you want to get the replays of the show and the link to the channel, go to shaycannon.com/design. Okay. Free training from last week, already in the group for y'all. Okay. So go to shaycannon.info/group. The training was, are you a thought leader? It helps you to identify whether or not you won or tell you how to be one, okay? going on for this week is the challenge portion of the workshop plus challenge experience for visibility marketing with thought leadership. Workshop plus challenge experience. Okay. So tonight is challenge day 1. You still have time to sign up and get the replay of the workshop from last week and start fresh with any questions you have tonight. Go to shaycannon.com/visible, VISIBLE. Or if you know you want more than just that one workshop, go to shaycannon.com/work it and get 2 for $97 or 3 for $147. But hurry up and email me and tell me you want the live one so I can give you access. Okay. All right, guys. Last call for alcohol. Anybody have any questions about what we've talked about today? Again, tomorrow we're going to go into the routine of spirit. The blog post is shaycannon.com/real if you want to go ahead of me. Shawana, you had an announcement. You want to come off the mic?
Thank you, thank you, thank you again. This was a great boost to our week, but I also wanted to make mention that the lovely Dr. LaFera Young will be my guest tonight at 7:30 on C-Suite, a CEO chat, where we are super excited at Indie Soup Media Network. And look, at the helm is Dr. Tachi, and we're excited because Dr. LaFera Young, 7:30 will be the guest. So, hey, y'all turn on all y'all devices and log in and help boost that stuff, okay? I just had to say that, amen, amen.
Yes, I love it. So Shawana is a great interviewer and Dr. LaFera is a great resource of information. I know she be sleepy on here. I know she sounds like a frog in her throat, but she be awake for them interviews. So y'all need to tune in. What you wanted to add, Dewana?
Did you say 7:30 Eastern?
Now, I'm sorry for some of those people. Yes, it is Eastern Standard Time. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool beans. And it's daylight time, Eastern daylight time. Y'all in the US is on the fuckery of daylight time. But okay, well, that's it, y'all. The studio is closing in 5, 4, 3,